Good afternoon. This is Emma Burke bringing you the BCF News, Sports, and Weather. Today's news is being brought to you by James County Orchard, because it's fall. In world news, the Czech Republic, Belgium, and Netherlands have joined Spain as Europe's current hotspots during the resurgence of COVID-19. The Czech Republic opted to close schools to lower an accumulated rate of 521 cases per 100,000 inhabitants over 14 days, the highest national level in Europe. French President Emmanuel Macron announced that millions of French residents will respect a 9 p.m. curfew from October 17th until December 1st. Russia has been reporting over 10,000 new cases for 11 straight days. The 14,231 new infections reported on October 14th is the highest number since the beginning of the pandemic. 7 months after screen went dark, cinemas reopened Thursday in much of India with mostly old titles on the marquee, a sign of the country's efforts to return to normal as the pace of coronavirus infection slows, but also of the roadblocks that remain. The return to movie theaters comes as India is registering the highest number of daily cases globally and is expected to soon top the list worldwide in terms of global number of reported infections, passing the United States. But trends also suggest that spread is beginning to slow. To minimize the danger, Indian cinemas have separated seats, staggered showtimes, and are encouraging digital payments. Masks and temperature checks are mandatory. In the nation, the Commission on Presidential Debates on Friday canceled the second debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden after the president declined to do a virtual debate despite concerns over his COVID-19 diagnosis. The commission, with the backing of their health advisors, announced on Thursday morning that, because Trump tested positive for the coronavirus, the debate that was scheduled for Miami would be held virtually, with two candidates appearing from remote locations. Trump swiftly rejected that plan, saying he would not show up and setting off a series of events that put the future of all general election debates into question. In response to Trump's cancellation, a Biden spokeswoman swiftly said that they would have agreed to a virtual format for next Thursday's contest, but because the president had seemingly bailed, they would book another format for the former vice president to take questions. And they did just that, when later in the day, ABC News announced that they would be hosting a town hall with the former vice president. An endangered 21-year-old lemur is missing and may have been stolen from the San Francisco Zoo on Tuesday, October 13th, according to officials. The ring-tailed lemur named Mackie is among the oldest of primates housed in the zoo's Lippman family lemur forest, which is home to 7 different species of lemurs. San Francisco Police Department officers who responded to a report of burglary say Mackie was last seen in his enclosure on Tuesday. They are investigating a possible break-in in the habitat and are calling out on the public with any information leading to the animal's whereabouts. We understand that lemurs are adorable animals, but Mackie is a highly endangered animal that requires special care. We are asking the public for help in his return, said Dr. Jason Waters, Executive Vice President of Animal Behavior and Wellness at the zoo, ABC7 reported. As one of our oldest lemurs, Mackie requires a specialized diet. Of the 19 lemurs here, at 21.5 years, he has exceeded median life expectancy of 16.7 years, but is also one of the slowest, we believe likely the easiest to catch. Closer to home, the city of Chicago has added Indiana to its emergency travel order due to the surging number of COVID-19 cases in the Hoosier state, making quick trips in or out of the city potentially a huge hassle for all but regular commuters, workers, and students. Beginning Friday, most Hoosiers going to Chicago and most Chicago residents who visit Indiana are required to quarantine in Chicago for at least 14 days following their arrival or return before going out in public. Dr. Allison Arty, Chicago's public health commissioner, announced Tuesday that she had added Indiana to the other 24 states on the city's quarantine order, including every state that borders Illinois, because Indiana is now reporting more than 15 daily COVID cases per 100,000 residents. Libraries across Northwest Indiana have continued to provide patrons with services amid a global pandemic by offering curbside pickup, outdoor Wi-Fi access, and virtual programming. Directors from Lake, Porter, and LaPorte County libraries, all of which are offering varied services and hours, agreed while foot traffic may be down, patrons continue to access materials through curbside services or by using digital resources. Many said they plan to continue offering curbside services, even as walk-in hours are reintroduced. On Tuesday, masks are required to enter at all library branches, hand sanitizer is placed throughout each library, and social distancing guidelines are in place. Various libraries throughout the region quarantine their materials before reshelving them for patrons to check out, and some are limiting patrons' time in the library. We'll be right back with sports and weather, but first, a word from James County Orchard. Don't you just love the fall season? The falling leaves, pumpkin spice lattes, and warm colors. Well, you forgot one thing, apple picking. James County Orchard provides the perfect experience. Take a walk in our pumpkin patch to pick the perfect pumpkin that'll only cost $12.99. Next, take the longest walk of your life down to our orchard, where you'll find absolutely no apples except the sour kind that are only good for baking with. Finally, wrap up your whole day with a cup of hot, crisp apple cider and realize that buying a gallon of apple juice, adding a dash of cinnamon, and heating it up in the microwave would have been a much better option, and it would have been cheaper. So come down to James County Orchard, because it's fall. In the world of sports, the Braves and the Dodgers had a nail-biter of a game on October 13th, with the Braves barely squeezing by with the score of 8-7. For football, the Dolphins and the 49ers had quite the game on October 11th, with a crushing defeat of 43-17 Dolphins. And now for a look at the weather. Looks like next week is going to be scattered with temperatures in the high 50s in the beginning of the week, followed by mid-60s towards the end. So get those warmer clothes out because it's really beginning to feel like fall. You have been listening to the BECF News, Sports, and Weather. Today's news has been brought to you by James County Orchard, because it's fall. I'm Emma Burke. See you next time on ECBF News.